Dr. Anthony Fauci was the face of the country's COVID-19 response. He told us all he was science. Now there's some serious concerns that, well, he just made everything up, that it wasn't science. Republicans have released some bombshell testimony ahead of Fauci's Capitol Hill hearing today, saying the 6-foot social distancing thing, well, it came out of thin air. Same with masks, same with shutting down schools. The Congressional Committee plans to grill Fauci on COVID restrictions that may not have done much to slow down the virus. News Nation's Emily Finn is with us now. Emily, so what else can we expect from the hearing?
Well, Leland, lawmakers are set to grill Dr. Fauci on Capitol Hill today about the decision-making process surrounding the guidelines that shaped our everyday life during the pandemic, like lockdown, social distancing, and mask wearing. Emails between the former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and his senior advisors about evading public records laws are also expected to be a key point of questioning during Fauci's testimony. Those emails allegedly point to misconduct and suggest Fauci was aware of the wrongdoing and even tried to distance himself from it. In an opinion piece appearing in the New York Post, Adam Andrzejewski, CEO of the OpenTheBooks.com report, says that data from the National Institutes of Health show $710 million in royalty payments during the pandemic made by private medical and pharmaceutical companies. That's more than double the cash compared to the past 12 years combined, and likely will come up in questioning today as well. Republicans and Democrats on the subcommittee questioning Fauci are expected to take different approaches with their lines of questioning when trying to get some answers today. For the Democrats, they will likely focus on the lessons learned from the unprecedented pandemic.
It's been heartening to hear such an important public servant like Dr. Fauci, who has advised Americans and policymakers like us for decades, kind of go back over some of the lessons learned coming out of the pandemic.
News Nation spoke with Ohio Republican Congressman and chairman of the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, Brad Wenstrup, who says he believes the public health system was, quote, greatly diminished after Fauci's time at the NIAID.
And it's interesting that he said everything was based on science, because during his transcribed interview, when we asked him where the 6 feet of distancing came from, he said it just sort of appeared. Well, that doesn't sound like science. We asked him if there was science behind the masking, and he said, no, not really. And especially when it came to children, there wasn't any science behind it. There are so many things that took place that aren't related to science, or if they are related to science, he ignored them.
Once the public face of the pandemic, today's hearing marks Fauci's first congressional testimony in nearly 2 years. He has been hesitant to speak publicly, avoiding interviews since he left the NIAID, Leland.